Hey watch friends, gonna do a quick first look at an all new model. This is the Sovrygn Calendar. This is one that's going to be coming to Kickstarter around April or May of 2022, so we have a little time. I will have the full review coming up for this model as well, and in that we'll of course have better footage, more comprehensively cover it, look at some comparables, go into the full details on specs, all that good stuff. If you know the channel, you know I'm a details guy, but I did want to give you a quick first look and just do a general first impression and unboxing. So let's go ahead and set this aside. I'm not sure which variant we're going to have, and this is going to be completely new for me as it is for you with this model. There's not a whole lot of information about this one out there yet, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. All right, so first you can see here, looks like they did include a leather buckle, and this has a deployment clasp, but it's also set up, as you can see, with a buckle configuration as well. I believe they're going to have different options for that. So I'm going to set this aside. There's just a general look at that one. I believe this is shipping on the bracelet, so let's go ahead and check this out. So first, for the actual box, you just have a basic cardboard construction. Of course, this is a prototype model that was loaned to the channel for review. They will, I believe, be sending me one of the production models once they're ready, so I do want to note that up front. But the outer packaging there, and then inside you have this nice roll. So first, I'm impressed right off the bat with this roll configuration. This actually reminds me of the Mirage luxury pouch or roll that we looked at in the past, but of course branded for this one. So that's really awesome. Many people complain about having boxes laying around, that kind of stuff. This is something that actually seems like it's going to be functional for usage. So you've got two snap clasps there, and then that folds open. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's pop that open. So this is one of the button style configuration, single watch travel pouch. This one, and we'll look at it in the full review, it's going to be available in 6 different versions. I believe there are 3 dials, but then there are going to be 3 different case materials as well. And as you can see, the bracelet does match with that. I believe there is a stainless, this one, which is like a copper or rose gold coloration. And then there's also, I believe, a black version as well. The specs on this, it might look larger than it otherwise actually is. It's only coming in at 39 millimeters for the case, so really not too bad there at all. The thickness is going to be roughly 13 millimeters. The lug to lug is coming in at 47 millimeters. The lugs are going to be a standard 20 millimeters, and the movement in this is where it gets kind of interesting. The movement, as you can see, there's a lot going on for complications, and we'll look at that further. But this one has a Miyota 9100. So I'm very familiar with the Miyota 9000 series, but I don't readily recall having experienced a 9100 in the past. So this particular movement, as you can see, looks like we have a screw down crown going here. Let's go ahead and give that some winds to get this started. So you have a primary ticking second. You have a 3-hand configuration, so there's your hour and minute. So the layout looks like it could be almost like a chronograph, but this is not a chronograph function. But as you get closer, you can see at the 9 o'clock position, you actually have the day complication. At the 3 o'clock, you have the month complication. And then down here at this is actually the weekday. And then down here, you have the actual date. So the full date configuration for the calendar, hence the namesake there. And then at the 12 o'clock position, it looks like we have a power reserve. And then down at the 4:30, you have a date window as well. So there's a lot going on for this one as far as the overall complications. If you're a complication nut, this has plenty to keep you happy. Looking at the construction here, you can see the bracelet. It's kind of a modified H-link construction. You can see what looks like sort of elongated octagonal for the couplers there. The case is going to be very chunky profile. This, again, with being a prototype, there are going to be, I know, changes to the production model. I believe they're going to lose the case text, but I'll confirm that in the full review. And then for basic configuration, you can see crowned at the 3 o'clock position, a pusher at the 2 o'clock. I'm honestly going to have to investigate as far as how that actually manipulates or what that works in here. So that looks like that's used to change the month for that configuration there, but we'll play around with all that as we go through and in the full review cover it more comprehensively. But wanted to give you a quick first look. Looks like we have a butterfly clasp on this. Here it is sitting on my approximately 6.5-inch wrist, just to give you an idea of the form factor there. This, I will say, this particular coloration, I like rose gold in general. This is probably a little bit blinged out for my personal taste, but I wouldn't judge it just from this configuration because, like I said, there is just a more subdued stainless as well as a black variation available. But it looks like they sent me the one to get the most pop between having that blue, which I think the blue is very pretty in person. It's a nice, almost like a Tiffany blue color, which has been all the rage. And then it looks like it has a darker blue for subdials and then orange accents on that. So the dial, certainly no complaints about there. And it does have, I believe, a stainless for this particular combo option available, which is probably the route that I would end up going there. So it just gives you an idea here of, the angular case definitely has a very unique look to it overall, from the configuration with the crown and the single or mono pusher there, the overall layout. Inclusion of all those complications going on, the coloration, the bracelet, the options here, all of that kind of stuff. So this will be one that I am very curious to check out further and to spend some time with it and share my full thoughts with you for the full review. So I hope this has been a fun first look. If you did enjoy this, please do hit that like button. Most importantly, if you haven't done so already, please do smash that subscribe button. It greatly helps the channel and is tremendously appreciated. Thanks for watching.